Hi, I'm Gypsy Jean. Welcome back to Ask Gypsy Jean. If you would like, you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and I have a group called Ask Gypsy Jean as well, and I'm on MeWe, which is a new social media. So, I'm trying it there too. Today's video is going to be about holy water and holy oil and how to make them. I'm going to start with holy oil first because it's fast and easy. Hi, kitty. The first thing I want to suggest is when you get any kind of vinegars or oils, whether it be essential oils or carrier oils or cooking oils, please try to make sure that they're in a glass bottle, because oils and vinegars can absorb poisons and toxins from the plastic bottles that they are in. So the easiest one is vinegar and olive oil. Now, I get an olive oil that's in a preferably dark bottle, but if not, glass bottle's fine. That's the first place you should start, and look for labels on all your products that you're going to put on your body or ingest. Certified, extra virgin, non-GMO, verified, and things of that nature. Olive oil, you want it to come from one single origin if possible, but work with what you have. So my holy oils and any kind of oils that are put on the body are usually based in olive oil because it's hypoallergenic. Nobody seems to be allergic to it, doesn't have skin reactions, you can use it all over your body, and it's safe. So all my oils, vinegars, no matter what they are, I try to get in glass bottles if possible. Okay, so you're going to start with base with extra virgin olive oil that is, hopefully, if you can get it. If not, again, no judgments, use what you can afford or what you can get. I started with an extra virgin olive oil. This one is made here in America, and it's non-GMO, etc. Then I love to recycle jars. Yes, upcycle, recycle, reuse, reduce. Please, we need to do better for our planet. So I use recycled jars. I'll save jam, pickles, olives, and I try to buy all these things at farmers markets. So I know that they're non-GMO and all that stuff, but I save the jars. And this is my holy oil, and each jar, if it comes with a printed lid, you can paint it. Again, try to get non-toxic paints if possible. If not, you can put wax paper underneath the lid to protect it from the paint. So I started with a base of olive oil, and it's been sitting for quite a while, and you see Palo Santo stick floating in there. There's rosemary and frankincense resin in this one, and I think it set its first 2 years with sea salt, pure untouched sea salt that was harvested ethically in the States and so on. I try to do that for everything. But the first 2 years it sat with rosemary and sea salt, then it was filtered, and then fresh rosemary was put in the oil. The jar was, I like the Palo Santo or any kind of sacred herb or offering or smoking or saging or smudging or whatever you want to call it. I smoke the jar, leave whatever I smoke the jar in the jar, then I add whatever. This is like a holy ritual blessing oil, a chakra oil, or an all-purpose general holy oil for whatever spiritual religious needs you may need. And I set it like that, and if I'm gonna, for my personal use, I just leave the ingredients in there. If it's going to be gifted or used for something else, then I'll filter all this out, and then I may keep the mother jar and stick it back in the mother jar, start the oil, and so on. And then you got your holy water. Holy water, again, use what you can. Recycle your jars, so you'll always have containers to put your stuff in. Just don't get carried away. This is rainwater that was caught during full moons. It rains like it's Europe over here all the time in the woods. And I saved the jar, caught the water on our rains, hurricanes, storms, whatever. Then it's blessed by a full moon or super moon and a lunar eclipse. This batch has actually been split and added to a few ways, but I label the top of them as well. And this is an example. And when you catch your storm water, filtered water, tap water, whatever, put salt in it. Now, at the time I had Himalayan salt, but you can use, I would suggest for using table salt. It's really cheap. You can get it anywhere. The iodized salt or just the regular non-iodized table salt's fine. You put it in your waters because the water will get molded, mildewy, and weird, and it can grow stuff. Even if your jar is sanitized, And so I put salt in them. Salt it heavily. So table salt. Another suggestion for table salt is many things. It's affordable, so anyone can get it. You can get it here at the dollar store. I think it's like 25 cents a can, about that size. So I'm really lucky to have that opportunity. But I put it in the bottom of my little mini cast iron cauldrons to burn resins in, so you don't have your ingredients melt to your cast iron cauldron. So salt as a base for burning materials. Heavily salt your storm, moon, rainwater that you get. I bless mine. This one has been blessed by solar eclipse, lunar eclipse, full moons. So it's been through a lot of different stages of astronomical influences. Plus, when you make a holy or a holy oil or water, the most important step in this, no matter what you do, and I'm going to show you some other examples that I do, is what we do is we hold this and we focus our intent in it. My holy water is for blessing and healing, and so are my oils. That is their intent, that's their programming. And when you put your energy in your prayer and you spend time focusing it on this being the vessel to carry your intentions, that is basically what makes it holy. Churches also do heavily salted water with prayer. That's their holy water. So this is holy water and holy oil. You know, however you do it, your intent is very important. Spending time with it, praying over it, blessing it, and putting your intentions in it. My holy waters start with storm or rain or hurricane water, and then I add crystals. That is tourmaline, quartz, selenite, and an onyx sitting in there. And I ground these up myself. And this is the mother jar. So when this gets filtered out, the crystals go back in. And this is where, like, the last step of my water goes. And it's like part 1, 2, 3 or just holy water. So I put crystals in there to charge the intent. It also has, you know, a piece of Mother Earth in it. And some people are against crystals for various reasons, and I understand them reasons. But this, I use crystals in everything because I feel like not only are they beautiful jewelry that Mother Earth has created, but they're a tool for us to use on healing. And any living thing that has a spiritual energy in it can be healed with crystals, in my opinion. But, you know, you can't just slap a crystal on you and say, oh, it's going to heal me. No, it takes effort and, you know, your part in it. This was a recycled jam jar. Has a handle on it. It's lasted me forever, and it goes through hot and cold cycles really well. That's another reason I suggest jars, is because they're durable. You have to be careful not break them, but they're pretty tough if they're food jars. Now, some of my holy water comes out however it wishes to because it has its own needs and its own uses. And when they do come out differently, I save them in their own separate jars. Like, for instance, this one turned out dark. I smoked the jar like I did my holy oil. I smoked the jar. I left the, I can't even tell what it was in there anymore. I smoked the jar. I left the incense in it. This also has Florida water mixed into it. It has black salt mixed into it. The crystals in this one are selenite, clear quartz, black kyanite. And then it's heavily salted, plus all the black salt and things. So it changed its color. And you can see the line where it's been sitting on the witch shelf in the witch room. And this one is just more of a serious powered one. This one is to help someone who needs it amped up really bad. Now, you can put in your water or whatever, just be very careful. If you need the element of fire, you can use cinnamon. You can use red pepper. I wouldn't suggest doing these things because you can have a skin reaction if you do put them on your skin, and some people may be allergic. So this one just has the black salt. And there's a black salt video if you want to see how I make my black salt. But this one's a more severe, stronger intent water. This one is this kind of water, and this one is one of the ones that I will fill up a return to sender, a blocking, or a hidden jar that I actually just gifted someone. And it's a more powerful water. This one is like when you want to freeze them in the freezer and then bury them in the yard to keep them away from you or have yourself cloaked. This is a more serious water version of the holy water. This one's the same. This one has white, California white sage stems in it, which was used to smoke and treat the bottle first. So and I actually have whole leaves in there as well. I don't know if you can see it or not. So this one's got California white sage. It's heavily salted. It has black salt in it as well. It didn't turn out quite as dark. I think this is a new one. So this one is white California sage, and sage is known as the feminine or the moon or the woman's medicine. Is the gentle, healing, long-lasting effects. So this one I would probably intend to, since it called and needed this in its own separate jar. See, this is phase 3. This is the end of this holy water. And this is phase 2. It needs to be filtered. But like I said, since I keep them for me, I don't filter them. If they're being gifted or used in a ritual sense, or going to another home, or whatever, then they get filtered, and then they'll come out clearer and prettier, and they smell good. This one I think also has Florida water in it. Yeah, this one has Florida water, and it has rose water, or Arabic rose oil. I think, what is it called? It's Arabic, some kind of rose oil, very thick, hard to come by, extremely expensive. It's a rose oil. So this one and this one has rose oil in it to it. So this one, if you look at the ingredients and you think about it, it has a black salt, the California white sage. It's also heavily salted, and it has the rose oil in it. So this one has a very feminine, motherly, crone, wise, nurturing energy to it because of its ingredients. So there's a few ways that you can do holy water. You can add fancy ass salt to it. I recommend doing the dollar store salt. I used Himalayan salt in these jars, which is another thing is weird, because the Himalayan salt will break apart, and it's little protein strains or whatever. It gets these weird, funky brown floaties, and they're not gross or they don't have bacteria in them. It's the particles of the salt separations and then the minerals clumping back together. All right. So, if you have any questions or concerns, please let me know on this video. Please share this video. I would appreciate it if I can reach out to more people and we can learn together and share information. Again, find me on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, which this will be on, hopefully, is Ask Gypsy Jean. I have a group on Facebook also called Ask Gypsy Jean, and I'm also now on MeWe under Ask Gypsy Jean. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Hope you have a wonderful day or a great night, and bye!